If there's anything that Jesse Elaban knows for certain when it comes to CCW, I don't lose.
Bash at the Brew 24.
And what a way to start the night out.
Indeed it is, and as we talked about at the top, Kevin, a very stacked card tonight. 3 titles will be decided, mixed tag team competition, the return of KiLynn King, Cha-Cha Charlie's in action, and of course Gangrel one-on-one with Eddie Torres in his CCW singles debut. As Daisy KiLynn in his return to CCW here, really looking to forge an identity. The last time we saw him, again, getting under the skin of Meadow. But Jackal Stevens, another top-flight competitor, a former champion in his own right. And Jackal, wow, looking very athletic here. Not normally one to take to the air as Jackal Stevens, but controlling the pace here early. Jackal Stevens, Kevin, you go back to the last time we were here for Bash of the Brew 23. Stevens, number 1 in that King of the Territory over-the-top rope battle royal. To go from 1 all the way to 30 is a very tall task.
I never thought he would do it, but he had a great game plan.
As Daisy KiLynn looking to find an opening right here. You have to imagine the winner of this matchup, Kevin, very well could emerge as a top contender either for Alex Chamberlain or if Meadow's able to secure that Southeastern title here later tonight.
You know, the way Jackal moves, those arm drags are reminiscent of Ricky Steamboat.
Stevens, of course, one of the more active competitors here in Coastal Championship Wrestling as Daisy KiLynn derails that momentum right there. Only a near fall. But you talked about those Ricky Steamboat-like arm drags. Jackal Stevens, very technically sound. Of course, recently under the tutelage of the Vampire Warrior Gangrel. Really one of the cornerstones of CCW over the last 5 years.
You can't say enough about Gangrel. I mean, he's a legend. He's been everywhere, won many titles, and I love to watch him wrestle.
In and out of the ring, and he will have a very tall task in front of him tonight in the form of the Authority Eddie Torres, a 15-year veteran in his own right. Typically a tag team specialist, but making his singles debut on this occasion as Jackal Stevens trying to rally right here. And Daisy KiLynn, ever since he's come down to Hialeah for a Bash of the Brew event, Kevin, has not made too many friends down here in the 305. And KiLynn, he's grabbing Stevens there, looks almost by that ponytail. And then just sends Stevens crashing into the mat neck first. 1, 2, and a near fall for Daisy KiLynn. Over the last couple of months, Jackal Stevens has suffered some neurological issues. So anytime he gets dropped on that head, those issues could be compounded that much more.
And that's a great point that you brought up. It isn't usually one injury that causes all the problems. It's the constant banging and clanging.
As KiLynn looked to find an opening right here. And referee Adrian Paz says it's only 2. But competing as active and competing as often as Jackal Stevens does, Kevin, it goes right to your point right there. That much activity is going to stockpile injuries, and we could be seeing the result of it right here.
I think you're right. I mean, when I first got here, he could shrug things off. He doesn't shrug them off like he used to, but a very good move. Stevens
trying to reverse the momentum here. And Daisy KiLynn once again forcing Stevens' head to cause a little trauma. As KiLynn surprisingly trying to slow down the pace right here. But Kevin, we talked about 3 titles on the line. We talked about Meadow and Chamberlain. But finally, the Crown, Leonis and Maximus Khan, get their hands on Johnny Nova and ERA for the CCW Tag Team titles.
This is going to be a big one. I mean, I've been so impressed by the crowd. They're this generation's Road Warriors. They're in fine physical shape, and they have the basics completely down.
Here we go, Daisy KiLynn, the Mahi Straw Cradle. Goes south of the border, trying to steal the win right there. But Stevens able to hang on. And Daisy Kill right back in the driver's seat here. And Kevin, to your point, the crowd, you have made that comparison to Hawk and Animal several times. They have more than backed it up inside the ring.
They certainly have, and I think tonight may be their night. They've waited a while for it. Their wins have been very impressive. I don't think they're going to let themselves down tonight.
A big opportunity tonight for the crowd, but a huge opportunity to kick things off tonight for Daisy Kill, as he might be looking to end things right here. Stevens slips out right behind him. And now Jackal might have just found the opening he was looking for. And Stevens, with that flipping neck breaker, only gets 2. But the crowd here in Hialeah, driving force behind Jackal Stevens getting back in this matchup.
And Daisy has an uncanny resemblance to Brian Pillman.
Indeed he does. Was speaking earlier on today, and you almost see a mix of a young Brian Pillman and maybe a young Diamond Dallas Page, as right there, dumps him right on his head as Daisy Kill. And he's really been targeting that head area of Jackal Stevens, and nearly is able to secure the victory right there.
I hate to say this, Blake. Jackal's starting to look like a boxer that's gone one too many fights too much.
As Daisy Kill goes for it another time, and Stevens, just like that, the Olympic slam out of nowhere. 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
So Daisy Kill, not once but twice, went for that pump handle, Kevin. Jackal Stevens had it well scouted, and 1 Olympic slam later.
Calling all future stars of professional wrestling, the CCW Training Facility is open in South Florida. If it has always been your dream to enter the squared circle, then the CCW Training Facility is the first step in making that dream come true. All of our trainees will participate at our live events and be part of our weekly TV show. Classes are forming now for referees, managers, and for male and female wrestlers. Call 954-397-6421 or visit our website at ccwrestlingfl.com and find out how you can make an impact on the pro wrestling scene. Call or click today.
Introducing first, from Orlando, Florida, Develyn Macabre.
As here is Develyn Macabre making her Coastal Championship Wrestling debut. Under the tutelage of Devon Dudley up in the Orlando area. And Macabre looking very focused tonight.
And her opponent, making her Bash at the Brew return, she is the Majesty of Pain and the Mother effing King, KiLynn.
As this place once again comes unglued for the Mother effing King. And KiLynn, as we said, Kevin, 1 year ago tonight, secured the CCW Women's Championship from Marina Tucker and held that title for over 9 months before dropping it in a triple threat bout to Marina Tucker and Ashley D'Amboise back at the end of September in Port St. Lucie. But KiLynn back in the CCW ring here, looking to refocus, looking to regain gold, and that mission starts tonight against Develyn Macabre.
And Blake, you know she has 3 friends that travel with her now, right? Since she's lost the title. It's pain, misery, and the blues. And she's going to get all 3 of them involved because she's going to win that title back.
As KiLynn King, who has certainly made a name for herself throughout the last year, whether it's with the National Wrestling Alliance getting shots at the 10 pounds of gold in Camille Brickhouse at NWA World Women's Championship, Impact Wrestling appearances recently. She's been with AEW for the last couple of years, a world-traveled star, also New Japan Strong here in the United States, as these two will begin. But Develyn Macabre, recent changes in her life caused her to somewhat be a little bit upset at the world, a little brooding, if you will, a little bit. And Macabre may be looking to take that out tonight, that attitude here on KiLynn King.
Sometimes you need something like that to shake up your career.
She's a bit deranged, a bit unpredictable, competes with that proverbial chip on her shoulder. And that type of intensity will allow her to overcome some of the disadvantages she has against KiLynn King.
I'm going to tell you something. The champion has some great moves. She does stuff I haven't seen in years. I've never seen at all. I am so impressed with her. She's up there on the Mount Rushmore of great women wrestling.
Indeed she is. I dubbed her the 2021 breakout performer in all of women's wrestling. In 2022, she's certainly built on that. What could be coming over the next 365 days for the Mother effing King?
I think she could upset anybody and go undefeated. See how she rolled. Great amateur skills.
As she's imposing her size and will right here on Develyn Macabre. But should be noted, Kevin, not together at the same time, but both training under Devon Dudley, so a lot of tendencies very well could be similar. And Macabre here in her CCW debut, a lot to prove. No bigger opponent to face in your debut than the Mother effing King, with maybe the exception of Marina Tucker. As King, you see her impose that size once again, and Macabre gets a little bit crafty, able to take down the Mother effing King. But Kevin, you talked about those amateur skills by KiLynn. And now King has Macabre by that boot. Oh, she's gonna put her in position. This could be the dethroner. Nice job by Macabre to see that one coming again. A lot of tape study before this bout for Macabre.
Obviously, because she does have some great counters. Oh.
And King. That might have been good for 3. And you can see KiLynn feeling a bit frustrated, but Kevin, again tonight, that huge main event, that cage match coming up. You go back about 8 months, Marina Tucker, KiLynn King inside the steel cage. The CCW match of the year, essentially, between those two. Unbelievable performance back in April here in Hialeah.
I think we're going to see a repack of the match of the year tonight in that cage.
Very well could, as there will be a lot at stake and a lot of personal issues as the South American Alliance will finally collide after 8 long months. But right now, Develyn Macabre sees some light at the end of the tunnel. Look at that glare on her face. And you can see Macabre once again, that deranged look, that unpredictability coming out right here.
Greg, I have a question for you. on the main event. How much will Bill Alfonso be distraction, positive? What is your take on that?
Everything we've seen over the last several months with Bill Alfonso, not just with Ariel Levy, but his interactions with Dan Lambert, American Top Team. We know Fonzie, for the last 35 years, will pull it all on the line. I have no doubt Bill Alfonso will look to be a huge asset tonight to Venetius. But Macabre right there throws the knees right in the face of KiLynn King and tells Hialeah how she feels.
Horrible cover.
I don't think you're going to win over many fans here, but she needs to keep her eyes focused on the prize and not the fans in the audience. As Macabre here, looking to put KiLynn King to sleep. As King looks to get right back into position as the #1 contender for Marina Tucker. And a possible showdown with the Detroit Barbie sometime in early 2023. And Macabre and King here. And you can see KiLynn staying just one step ahead of her competition. And this bout has been very even, Kevin. Again, both women knowing each other very well with a similar training style under Devon Dudley in the Orlando area. And KiLynn now.
Oh!
And that one reverberates throughout Hialeah. As King. Oh, she's got her position here. The dethroner. And she nails it. That might be enough, Kevin. 1, 2. Oh! And Macabre. She saw it coming earlier in this bout, and now is able to overcome. Huge escape there by Develyn Macabre. And now KiLynn will have to go back to the drawing board. She's looking for the King's Landing, and once again, Macabre sees it coming. And there's a cutter out of nowhere. Kevin, huge upset on its way. And a 2.5. On the cusp was Develyn Macabre of a huge upset.
Yeah, and the referee is doing a great job. I mean, she got down there quickly.
Referee Amy Veronica right on top of the action. And the mother effing King able to briefly escape. But look at Macabre here, a series of knees. And KiLynn. And Macabre, a bit too slow.
Unconventional moves.
And King, will that be enough, Kevin?
No.
2. And again, not putting any pressure on those shoulders.
Again, that is not usually how she operates. Hey, the fatigue may be setting in.
And how much of that, Kevin, is fatigue setting in this deep into the match?
A lot.
As King, out of the corner, will that be enough? And Macabre continues to fight. She has not given up yet.
I mean, King has given it everything and still hasn't put Macabre down.
And it seems like that chip on Macabre's shoulder continues to grow. As she looks to go for the gusto.
Oh, beautiful move.
Almost a modified soul driver. But I don't think that was enough. And KiLynn able to hang on, and Macabre certainly thought that was enough.
In fact, I thought it was very, very close. But I'm going with the referee.
Once again, Amy Veronica right on top of the action. Oh, she was going for it right there. That was the official soul driver.
Oh.
And the majesty of pain nearly knocks the head right off of Develyn Macabre. And there's the King's Landing.
Oh.
And the King lands right at home. 1, 2, 3. What a return for the mother effing King as she picks up the win tonight.
be a mark? Or do you want to leave a mark?
I'm smarter than the average bear.